Good morning students. I welcome back you all to this mathematics class and we are doing the syllabus of class 12 mathematics. As you already know, we are continuing with chapter 1 relations and functions. In my previous video, I have already discussed with you the definition of a relation and the types of relation. So let us continue. In my previous video, I have discussed with you reflexive relations, symmetric relations and transitive relations. Today I start with the next type of relation, which is the equivalence relation. So what is an equivalence relation? A relation R in a set A is said to be an equivalence relation if the relation R is reflexive as well as symmetric as well as transitive. If the relation satisfies the properties of being a reflexive and symmetric and transitive, then that type of relation is called an equivalence relation. Next we are going to discuss is equivalence class. So for the equivalence class, let R be an equivalence relation on a set A. And let A, small a, is any element of the set A, because we know that we define a relation always on a set A or any other set. So A is the set on which you have defined the relation and small a is any element of A. The equivalence class is always of the elements of this set A on which you are defining the relation. So the equivalence class of any element small a of the set A is the set of all elements of this set which are related to this element. So equivalence class of any particular element of the set A is the set of all those elements of this set which are related to this element. So what does it mean? You are given a relation and you have checked that that relation is equivalence relation, and now you want to find the equivalence class of any particular element of the set A. So what you will do is you will check which all elements of this set A are related to this particular element under the given relation R, and whichever element of the set A is related to this particular element, you list them and write them in a set. That set will be called equivalence class of the element A. So every element will have its own equivalence class. Many elements will have the same equivalence classes also. This concept will be clarified when we shall be doing one question based on this. Now there is something important to note, that every equivalence relation R on a set divides that set into mutually disjoint equivalence classes. So the concepts will be clarified, more clarified once we shall do the questions. Now we come to the questions of exercise 1.1. Now all of you can open up your books, NCERT book part 1, page 6, question number 8. It says, show that the relation R in the set A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is given by that all the ordered pairs AB are there in R such that mod of difference of A and B is even. You have to show that this particular relation is an equivalence relation. You also have to show that all the elements of the set 1, 3, 5 which are there in A are related to each other. All the elements of 2, 4 which are also there in A are also related to each other, but no element of 1, 3, 5 is related to any other element of 2, 4. You can see I have noted down the question. This is the set A on which we have to define the relation. This is the relation and these three things we have to prove. The first aim is to prove that R is an equivalence relation. So first of all, I have to write the relation R, the elements of set R or the relation R. So let us very carefully see the set A. Set A contains the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, for your convenience, I can write set A here again. Now, I have to make the ordered pairs and write them in R which follow this particular relationship, because R says it contains only those ordered pairs AB such that modulus of their difference is even. Modulus of the differences means that either you take A minus B or you take B minus A. The difference should be even. You don't take the negative difference, you make it positive by taking the modulus sign. So, that means you first check for the element 1. Here you have to note down that since the relation R is in the set A, that means that the domain set is also A and the codomain set is also A. That means the first element will also come from A and second element will also come from A. So, now I have to check that if I write here the first element 1, which elements are there in this set A whose difference with 1 is going to be even. So, let me check. If I take the modulus of 1 and 2, the difference of 1 and 2, that comes out to be negative 1 and the modulus will be plus 1. And if I take the difference of 1 with 3 and the modulus, it is going 1 minus 3 minus 2 and modulus it becomes plus 2. Similarly, the difference of 1 with 4 gives you 3, the difference of 1 with 5 gives you 4. Now, you have to make the ordered pairs of 1 only with those numbers where the difference is coming out to be even. So, you can note down that here the difference is odd, but here the difference is odd, even. Difference is even. So, 1 can be paired up with 3. Here the difference is odd. So, we cannot pair 1 with 4. But here the difference of 1 and 5, which is 4 modulus, taken modulus, it is 4. So, this is even. So, I can pair up 1 with 5. One thing I think we have forgotten, that if I take the difference of 1 with 1, it is coming out to be 0 and 0 is taken as an even number. So, I can also write 1 with 1. So, I have written all the elements of the set A which are related to 1. Similarly, now I have to write the elements of the set A which are related to 2. So, you can check it. Difference of 2 and 1 is 1, which is odd. Difference of 2 and 2 is 0, which is even. Difference of 2 with 3 is odd. Difference of 2 with 4 is even. Difference of 2 with 5 is odd. So, now we can use generalize this. If you take the difference of any two even numbers, it is going to be even. If you take the difference of any two odd numbers, it is also going to be even. But if you take the difference of one even number and one odd number, so it is going to be odd. So, I think I have given you a hint that which element is going to be paired up with which other element of the same set. So, now using this logic, 3 can be paired up with 1, 3 can be paired up with 3, it cannot be paired up with 2 because 3 and 2 their difference is odd. 3 cannot be paired up with 4, but 3 can be paired up with 5. 4 can be paired up with itself because the difference is 0. 4 cannot be paired up with 1, but yes, it can be paired up with 2. Now, 4 cannot be paired up with 5 because difference of 4 and 5 is going to be odd. Now, we have 5. 5 can be paired up with 1, not with 2. 5 can be paired up with 3, not with 4. 5 can be paired up with 5. So, you can see that these are the only possible ordered pairs which are following this relationship, that the ordered pairs you have to write in such a manner that their difference, modulus of their difference is even. Now, since you have to prove that this relation R, whose elements are written in front of you, this is the roster form, this is the roster form of writing R, and this is the set builder form. So, you have to check whether this set is reflexive or not, symmetric or not, and transitive or not. Why we are checking the set to be set R to be, relation R to be reflexive, symmetric and transitive? Because we have to prove it is an equivalence relation, and only those elements are equivalence relations, only those relations are equivalence relations which are reflexive as well as symmetric as well as transitive. This we have discussed right now. So, if you have any doubt about the reflexivity, transitivity and symmetry, then you can go back to my previous video and brush up your concepts. So, now I can again in short tell you, any relation is said to be reflexive if every element of the domain set is related to itself under that relation. So, you have to check whether 1 is related to 1. Yes, 1 is related to 1 because it is there. So, 1 belongs to R. Whether 2 is related to 2. If 2 is related to 2, that means yes, because 2 also belongs to R. 3 also belongs to R. 4 also belongs to R, and 5 also belongs to R. I have written belongs to R. What is the meaning of belongs to R? Belongs to R means 1 is related to 1, 2 is related to 2, 3 is related to 3, 4 is related to 4 and 5 is related to 5 under the given relation. What was the relation? Again we recall, this was the relation. So, reflexivity is checked by checking whether each and every element here is related to itself or not. Yes, I have checked each element is related to itself, and this implies the relation R is reflexive. Now, let us check the symmetry. Next, we have to check whether the relation R is symmetric or not. If you do not remember, let us recall, although I have explained it in my previous video, that a relation R is symmetric if any ordered pair AB belongs to R, then its reverse ordered pair BA should also belongs to R. If this happens, then we say that the relation R is symmetric. To check the symmetry, let us again go back to the set R or the relation R. So, this is set R or the relation R written in roster form. Now, let us check its symmetry. As I have already told you, if any element AB belongs, its reverse ordered pair should be there. So, that means the reverse ordered pair of every ordered pair should be there. Let us check. The reverse ordered pair of 1 3 is 3 1. Yes, it is there. So, I can write, let us check for all first. The reverse ordered pair of 1 5 is 5 1. It is there. The reverse ordered pair of 1 1 is 1 1, 2 2. The reverse of 2 2 is 2 2. The reverse ordered pair of 2 4 is 4 2. It is there. And then we have already checked for 3 1. 3 3, the reverse of 3 3 is 3 3 only. Reverse ordered pair of 3 5 is 5 3, it is there. Reverse of 4 4 is 4 4 only. 4 2, 2 4 already checked, and 5 5, the reverse of 5 5 is 5 5. So, I have checked that each and every ordered pair which is there in the set R has its reverse ordered pair also in the set R. So, you randomly pick up any ordered pair, say 2 4, and check whether its reverse ordered pair is there or not. Yes, it is always there. So, now you can see, you can say that relation R is symmetric. So, you have checked it that it is symmetric, but now we have to move towards generality. So, whenever you have to prove that a relation is symmetric or transitive, then you have to prove it generally, not by taking the particular elements. That is not the correct method of proving. If I write 1 3, the reverse of 1 3 is 3 1, it is there. It's okay. For such a small set 1 2 3 4 5, I can write the reverse of each pair. But suppose if this would have been the set of whole natural numbers, then it would not have been possible for me to write every ordered pair and its reverse ordered pair. So now we have to learn how to write the proofs generally. So we are proving, let any ordered pair AB belongs to the relation R. So what is the condition for any ordered pair to belong to R? The condition is that modulus of A minus B should be equal to even. Even means any natural number multiplied to 2, where M is any natural number. So let us consider that A minus B, modulus of A minus B is 2M. Say it is assumed that M is any natural number, so naturally 2M is any even number. So now you people know that mod of A minus B is same as mod of B minus A. These two mods are same. These two are equivalent moduli. So this is also equal to 2M. This implies that modulus of B minus A is also even, and this implies that the reverse ordered pair BA belongs to the relation R. So you have started with that the ordered pair AB belongs to R, and you have proved by the logic that yes, BA also belongs to R. For every ordered pair AB in R, there is a reverse ordered pair BA in R, and this implies that relation R is symmetric. Now onwards, now you take care that whenever you are proving that it is reflexive or symmetric or transitive, then you have to give a general proof, and I will take some examples of disproving also. Disproving can be done by taking only 1 or 2 examples. So in light of this discussion, I think I should tell you how to prove reflexivity in general way. The way we have done it earlier is also correct, there is no problem in that. We have earlier, since we were able to write all the ordered pairs which were the doublets, but this was possible because set A was a finite set. Suppose set A would have been an infinite set which would have contained say infinite elements, so it would not have been possible for me to write the all doublets. In that case, you have to prove it generally. So we should in general learn how to write it generally. Reflexivity. So we say that A comma A belongs to R for all elements A in A. We are claiming that every element A of the set A is related to itself. Why? Because the difference of every element A with itself is going to be 0, and 0 is considered to be an even number. This implies difference of A with A is even, and this implies that AA belongs to R for all A belonging to A. So you have proved that the ordered pair AA is in R for every element of the set A. That means every element of set A is related to itself under the given relation R. What is the given relation R? We should recall it time to time to strengthen our concepts. The given relation R was that any ordered pair belongs to R if the difference of A and B is even. Okay. Now let us prove the transitivity. When a relation is called transitive, let us recall that. We have discussed all this in details in previous video. We discussed that if the ordered pairs AB and BC belong to a relation R, relation R is a set of ordered pairs, then the transitive ordered pair AC should also belong to R. If this happens, then this should happen. This should imply this. If this happens, then we say that the relation R is transitive. Now we are talking about this particular example. Let us again recall, where set A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relation R is containing all the ordered pairs AB such that the difference, modulus of their difference is even. So we have already written the relation R and I have to check whether it is transitive or not. So let me see, if 1, 3 is there, you can see 1, 3 is there. Now check any ordered pair starting with 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1. So I have to check the transitive ordered pair 1, 1. Yes, it is very much there. Similarly, I can check 1, 5. So ordered pair starting with 5 is many, 5, 1. So 1, 1 it is there. 1, 5. So 5, 3, 1, 5 and 5, 3 are there. So I can check, yes, 1, 3 is also there. So you can check randomly and then you will get to know 2, 4, 4, 2 are there. So 2, 2 is there. 4, 2, 2, 4 is there. So 4, 4 is there. So we have checked. You can check it for any two ordered pairs such that the second element of first is same as the first element of second. Then the transitive ordered pair you will find it in set R. So what you have to do is, first you have to check it on your own just by looking at the set, by hit and trial, and then when you yourself are confirmed that yes, this is going to be transitive, then you have to give a general proof. So now we have already checked. Let me write a few examples why it is transitive. So I can write here that since 1, 3 and any ordered pair starting with 3, 3, 5, they belong to R. So 1, 5, the transitive ordered pair 1, 5, it should belong to R. So you can check, is 1, 5 belonging? Yes, 1, 5 is belonging. So now you take any two other ordered pairs, say 4, 4 and 4, 2, they belong to R. You can see this 4 and they are same. The transitive ordered pair 4, 2 should belong to R. So you should check whether 4, 2 is belonging to R or not. Yes, we can see 4, 2 is belonging to R. So I can check for any other ordered pair also. So I think randomly I have given you the examples and it is enough to understand that we have understood this thing, that yes, the relation is transitive, but now we have to write the general proof. So how we write the general proof is, let us take two ordered pairs AB and BC which belong to R. We have assumed that let AB and BC, they are belonging to R. What we have to prove? We have to prove that AC belongs to R. Okay. So, but we shall go by the definition of relation R. If AB belongs to R, this means that difference of A and B is going to be even. So, we can take it to be 2m, where m is any natural number. So, I have got that mod of A minus B is equal to 2m, and you know, if you want to remove this modulus sign, then you have to write it here plus minus 2m, and I write it as equation number 1. So, I have used the fact that AB, ordered pair AB belongs to R. Now, I have to use the fact that BC belongs to R. If ordered pair BC belongs to R, that means modulus of B and C, the difference of B and C is also even. That means mod B minus C should be equal to sum 2n, where n is any other natural number. Now, let me remove this modulus sign. So, I get plus minus 2n, and let me call it as equation number 2. Now, I think you have understood. It is all algebraic work. Now I add equation numbers 1 and 2. So what do I get? How do you add two equations? See, we should be clear what we are doing. We are adding these two equations. How do we add the two equations? LHS with LHS, RHS with RHS. So I will get A minus B plus B minus C is equal to plus minus 2m plus minus 2n. I can see that B cancels. So I have got A minus C, and from here I can take plus minus 2 common, and I have got m plus n. Since m and n were both natural numbers, so this comes out to be plus minus 2, and let us call m plus n to be p or q, something where p is nothing but m plus n. So we can mention p is nothing but m plus n. So we have got that A minus C is equal to plus minus 2p. This plus minus can be further absorbed to take the modulus. That means modulus of A minus B is equal to 2p. That means modulus of A minus C is equal to even, and this is the condition enough for the ordered pair AC to belong to the relation R. So you started with the two ordered pairs AB and BC belonging to R, and you have proved that the ordered pair AC belongs to R, and this implies relation R is transitive. Now since relation R is symmetric as well as reflexive as well as transitive, therefore it is an equivalence relation, and this implies R is an equivalence relation. When do we call a relation to be an equivalence relation? When it is reflexive as well as symmetric as well as transitive. Now we move to the other part of the question. The second part of the question was to show that all elements of 1, 3, 5 are related to each other, and all elements of 2, 4 are related to each other. That means 1, 3, 5 are related to each other means they are related amongst themselves only. 2, 4 they are related amongst themselves only. No element of 1, 3, 5 is related to 2, 4. These are odd numbers, these are even numbers. It is very clear by looking at the relation R that you can see that every odd number is related to an odd number, even numbers are related to even numbers. So it is very much clear that elements of 1, 3, 5 are related to each other, elements of 2, 4 are related to each other. And next you had to show, okay, no element of 1, 3, 5 is related to 2, 4, it is very much obvious. So you can say elements of 1, 3, 5 are related to each other because 1 is related to 1, 1 is related to 3, 1 is related to 5, as it is clear because these elements belong to R. 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 5 belong to R, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 5 belong to R, 5, 1, 5, 3, 5, 5 belong to R. And similarly, it can also be checked that elements of 2, 4 are related to each other because 2, 2, 2, 4 they belong to R, 4, 2, 4, 4 they also belong to R, but 1, 2, 2, 3 etc. they do not belong to R. That means all such pairs where 1 is even and 1 is odd, they do not belong to R. So you have proved this also. If I ask you, write the equivalence class of 2, it is denoted by this symbol. This means equivalence class of 2. So as I have discussed with you in the definition, that equivalence class of any element of the base set is the set of all the elements which are related to this element. So if you want to write the equivalence class of 2, you have to write all the elements of the set A which are related to 2. So let us check 2 is related to which all elements? 2 is related to 2 and 4 itself. 2 is not related to any other element except 2 and 4. 4 is not related to any element except 2 and 4. So, we have seen that equivalence class of 2 is also 2 comma 4, equivalence class of 4 is also 2 comma 4. Similarly, if you want, you can write the equivalence class of 1. So, which elements are there in the set R to which 1 is related? 1 is related to 1, 1 is related to 3, 1 is related to 5. So, we know that 1 is related to 1, 3 and 5. So, we write those elements with which 1 is related in a set, and this is called equivalence class of 1. Similarly, if you want to write equivalence class of 3, that will also be 1, 3 and 5, and if you want to write equivalence class of 5, that will also be 1, 3 and 5. So, I think the concept of equivalence relation and equivalence class has become clear to you, and in the end, if you remember, I gave you a note that every equivalence relation divides a set, the base set, into mutually disjoint equivalence classes. So, let us check what was that. The base set here was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there was a relation R which was that it contains all the ordered pairs such that mod of A minus B is even, and I checked that it is an equivalence relation. So, you have seen that this relation R has divided this set into two equivalence classes. Which are those equivalence classes? One is 1, 3 and 5, and the other is 2, 4. These are two equivalence classes, and their intersection is 5. These are mutually disjoint. Plus, if you take the union, of these equivalence classes, this will come out to the complete set A. So, you should note down the concept of equivalence classes. I think I have tried myself to make things clear for you. Okay, so we stop here, and I will do the rest of the questions, important questions of 1.1 in my next video. Till then, keep revising your concepts, become serious about your studies for class 12th. Okay, every year you will get summer vacations, but these summer vacations are very precious for you. Why precious? Not only for enjoying, but for studying also, because class 12, you know, it's a crucial point in your life. It is a deciding factor of the rest of your life. Okay, I stop here, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel.